Somebody let us know something. And we are live inside Chappie James Arena for Golden Tigers basketball on the Golden Tigers Sports Network. Golden Tigers getting set to host the Marauders of Central State in women's basketball. Charles Ward, Mark Lassiter with the play call. And Mark, as we talk about basketball this afternoon, the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee, winners of their last 2 ball games in a row. They'll meet the Marauders of Central State. Be a good challenge for them this afternoon.
Richard Pryor talked about the ultimate test. Now, I'm not sure if this is the ultimate test, but this is going to be one of the toughest matchups that Tuskegee will face all season. Central State comes in at 6-1, a versatile, big, young, experienced team.
Golden Tigers of Tuskegee at 7-8 overall and 4-4 in the SIAC. They'll meet the Marauders, who are 7-7 and 6-3. That means that's the number 4 team in the West versus the number 3 team in the West. And that team was picked to be finished dead last in the West. So surprise for Central State. But as you referenced, they have a good lineup of players that really will cause a problem for the Golden Tigers this afternoon. But for Tuskegee, they will center their basketball game around who they normally do, Brittany Boland as well as Helani Cantone.
The key to Tuskegee this afternoon, Charles, ball handling in the backcourt. They want to play up-tempo with their guards. They want to pressure the big players for Central State.
They will meet the Marauders of Central State. As you take a look there, Brittany Boland on the season. Boland at 11.5 points per ball game. Been the real leader of this team. Not as strong as it relates to her point output, but really such a captain on that floor in terms of the things that she can do to help that team.
Tuskegee wants to play an up-tempo type of game. They feel that they can combat the size of Central State with their speed.
Helani Cantone, a big part of that Tuskegee offense as well. Cantone on the season for Tuskegee at 10.1 points per ball game will be a big factor in the contest as well.
Now, from the starting lineup, Central State Marauders.
Starting lineup being introduced here inside the Chappie James Center, getting set for women's basketball action. Golden Tigers getting set to host the Lady Marauders of Central State. Starting 5 for the Marauders: Peterson, Rolak, Gibson, Miller, and Barros. And now we'll get the starting lineup for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. Starting 5 for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. It's a familiar one. Hughley, Cantone, Mackin, Boland, and Cyan Holmes starting the starting 5 for the Golden Tigers. Jasmine Manuel still ailing a little bit after that concussion she suffered in the Edward Waters ball game, so not in the lineup. So it's Hughley, Cantone, Holmes, Mackin, and Boland, a 5 for Coach Deontay Wester in her second season for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee, assisted by Montel Jones and Nadia Thurman-McKee, the coaching staff for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. Officials for this afternoon's ball game: Jaleel Looney, Fred Landers, and John Nelson with the call here as we get set to begin things here inside Chappie James. Glad you could join us here on GTSN. Charles Ward, Mark Laster with the play call, as the Golden Tigers try to make it 3 in a row here after winning the ball game against Albany State a few nights ago. And over Lamont Owen early on in the week. Basketball is controlled by Central State, and we are underway.
Look for Central State to run a lot of action up curls and looking for picks from the corner.
Gibson with it out top for the Marauders. Gibson, the freshman from Dayton, Ohio, works it left side. And this is Peterson with the basketball, her first touch. Tuskegee starting out woman-to-woman defense now, as the Marauders work it left side, now 2 to shoot. They won't get it off. Good defensive set for the Golden Tigers to get things started here inside Chappie James.
Tremendous defense by Tuskegee right off the top, Charles. If they felt, Tuskegee that is, if they had any advantages to use their quickness against the size of Central State, that defensive stand was an excellent example of that.
Second in the conference in terms of field goal percentage defensively, and 41st in the nation in that category. That first stop set on that first defensive end really speaks to their ability on the defensive side of the floor. Meanwhile, back on their side of the floor now, Tuskegee with the basketball. Holmes with it, she'll work it up top. Boland working off of a screen, left side, double B. Yeah, she starts off good. Got her first field goal.
Nice pick set by Shemai Macklin right at the corner of the key.
Boland leading the team from the floor, 11.5 points per ball game, 173 points coming into this afternoon's ball game. Gets the first 2. Right side, Gibson. Now they push it back out front. Left corner, Michaela Williams. Now Gibson on the move again, down in the block, lost the basketball out of bounds. Turnover will give it to Tuskegee. Marauders back-to-back losses to the Lady Dragons of Lane College and to Miles College earlier this week. LaDeja, 12.6 rebounds in the win over Albany State, works it up top. Now Cyan pushes left side to Boland. LaDeja, right side, in traffic, got it to the cylinder. They'll get her for the offensive charge on the inside.
Just when I was about to mention that Tuskegee was doing an excellent job of moving the ball without too much dribbling. That last possession into double coverage, they turned it over.
Turnover number 1 for the Golden Tigers in this basketball game. Golden Tigers showing full court pressure after that turnover. Tuskegee 4th in the SIAC in turnovers at 16.9 per ball game. Marauders in a half-court set now. Marauders works it up top. This is Gibson. Basketball loose. Hughley stole it away for Tuskegee, but ran out of real estate on the far side of the floor.
If there was any indication, Charles, during pregame, Tuskegee had a very spirited warm-up about an hour and a half before the game. You could see they were encouraging one another up-tempo all the way during their pregame warm-up.
Yeah, that's just contagious. Those back-to-back wins really has kind of spurred that atmosphere for the Golden Tigers. Burroughs left of the free throw line, and she gets the first field goal for the Lady Marauders of Central State. The senior from Greensboro, North Carolina. Cantone for Tuskegee now. Half-court set. TU and Central State tied at 2. Holmes in the corner, pushes a jumper there. Spinner is off the mark. Rebound cleared by Peterson for Central State. They come back the other way as we go down to 7:24 left first period of play. Gibson at the foul line. Now stops back with the jumper. Spinner's off the mark. Rebound cleared by Mackin at the base.
Tuskegee looking to run.
And Cantone all the way in. Floater to the glass. Missed on the shot. Got all the way inside. Just could not convert on the lay-in. Gibson back the other way now for Central State. We're at the 7-minute mark, first quarter of play. Tied at 2. She'll work right side, floater by her. Mackin collects another rebound for Tuskegee.
A wild shot under the pressure of Tuskegee.
Right side, Bowling behind the arc for 3. Double B, front of the iron on the shot. Rebound fought for. Mackin got it at the base. Lost it there, but regains. Back up top to Syed. 15 to shoot for Tuskegee. On the move, Halani. 8 to shoot now. She'll work the paint. Float through the defense. Nicely done by Cantone on the extra step. Got to the cylinder and got the lay-in.
Cantone, excellent patience. Once she saw space to the right side, cut to the hoop for the layup.
So Tuskegee with a 4-2 lead after Cantone's basket. Halani, 10.1 points per ball game. At half-court set now for Central State. Trying to bounce it inside, and traffic is loose on the floor, and Boland comes away with it for Tuskegee. Another turnover by Central State. What a thread the needle bounce pass inside by Boland, but Mackin can't convert on the shot, but the rebound at the block by Cantone. Back out front, Hughley with the basketball. LaDeja inside the paint and a whistle on her penetration.
You gotta love the effort by Tuskegee on defense, setting up their ability to get out and run on offense.
Call that foul against the Marauders of Central State. That one against Catarina Maros. That's her first. Non-shooting foul, so Boland will inbound left of the cylinder. Hughley out front. Tuskegee with a 4-2 lead. Hughley inside, can't convert there. Basketball back over to the Marauders on a run out left side. They're not able to convert there.
If there's any challenge for Tuskegee, is that Morose for Central State at 6'4" is a tremendous presence inside. They're gonna have to figure out a way to work around her size.
Cantone left side for the Golden Tigers. Up top to Hughley. Now foul line to Mackin. Boland slides, free throw. Down in the corner, Cantone. Nice head fake by Halani. Floated to the glass and a whistle. She'll be at the line shooting.
So it's interesting that time taking the opportunity to go directly at Morose. Now Tuskegee has 2 choices, whether they stay outside and try to shoot from long distance, or if they can get enough ball movement to get mismatches against Morose where she's off balance and not covering.
Cantone at the line. Take a look at how she got there. Work down at the baseline. Boland setting up with the pass and Halani on the move at the block. Floated it there. They got the foul called on the inside on Phillips. Would have loved for it to have been on Maros, but instead it's Phillips with the foul and Halani to the line to shoot. Cantone misses on the first. Halani at 67% shooting from the free throw line, 18 of 27. One from the line as she got the second.
Another feature of Central State, Charles, they like to run as many 9 players in their rotation. Early substitutions already midway through this first period.
5:04 remaining in it. Tuskegee with a 5-2 lead. First substitution out there, Catherine Jones, the senior, will inbound the basketball in the backcourt. They go across the timeline, but they throw the basketball out of bounds, trying to get it into the hands of Zahia Rolak, and she's not able to hold on to it, so Tuskegee with the basketball.
Central State trying to play just a little bit faster than their abilities would allow. Throw the ball out of bounds. We'll go right into a timeout.
Media timeout, 5 minutes remaining, first period of play. Tuskegee with a 5-2 lead over the Marauders of Central State. More basketball just ahead on GTSN.
Broadcast coverage of Tuskegee Athletics on the Golden Tiger Sports Network is brought to you by Alabama Department of Public Health. Healthy people, healthy communities, healthy Alabama. Booster Digital Displays, dedicated to providing high-quality, affordable LED displays with exceptional service. TNT Fireworks, celebrating more than 100 years of America's #1 best-selling brand of fireworks. Alabama Power, developed for the service of Alabama. Wind Creek Casino, Montgomery. Elevate your game to fabulous. The Home Depot, more saving, more doing. Coca-Cola, real magic. Zuby's Taco Kitchen, Yellowwood. And by Vibes Restaurant, we're all about good vibes. Vaccine.
Back to live action now. Golden Tigers with a 5-2 lead and the basketball after the timeout. Cantone with it. And a 3-second violation against the Golden Tigers. Jasmine Manuel out on the floor for the first time. So is Sade Bobbitt for Tuskegee.
Off the last timeout, Charles, Central State with a very aggressive matchup defense, throwing Tuskegee off balance.
Alexandria Johnson out on the floor for Tuskegee as well. She'll pick up defensively against Diamond Phillips. Basketball thrown away on the inside. Here comes Cantone one-on-one, right side to the glass. Halani gets it to the cylinder and got the lay-in.
Excellent job by Cantone, hanging just long enough to get that layup in and over the rim.
Her second field goal of the ball game. Tuskegee leads it 7-2, but now 7-4 as the Marauders get a basket on the inside. Jacquel Brodall got that lay-in on the inside for the Marauders. Out front, Cantone trying to answer with a three-pointer. Missed on the shot. Boland with a rebound. Johnson in the corner, Bobbitt. Doubled. Here's Sade, three-point specialist. Bobbitt, front of the iron on the shot. Jasmine with a rebound to the glass. And Jasmine finishes for TU.
Give credit to Cantone, getting the loose ball, making the correct pass to the corner, which sets up the long shot.
Take a look at the action there as it got to that cylinder there. You talk about Halani on the work on the penetration dish to Sade. And watch the long arms of Jasmine there reaching out for that. Got the lay-in, and she'll be at the line shooting.
Tremendous follow and the completion of the old-fashioned three-point play.
3:44 left in this first period of play. Tuskegee with a 10-4 lead over the Marauders of Central State. Out front, Phillips with the basketball. Anticipation by Boland. She got to steal. Brittany got the lay-in the right side.
Tuskegee's got to be feeling very good about themselves, using their speed, getting the steal and the breakaway for two.
Wind Creek Casino three-point fast break lay-in there. Take a look at that shot. We'll get a look at that one in just a second as we run it out again. See Boland there with the steal. Got free of the defense for the lay-in. The Wind Creek Casino fast break layup for Tuskegee. Meanwhile, Johnson with a steal for Tuskegee. Got it on the end of the floor again. They go inside the Jasmine, and Jasmine fouled at the left block.
Jasmine Manuel set a tremendous pick. Rolled to the hoop just as you draw it up. Wasn't able to make the layup, but that's the play call that could be very effective for Tuskegee, Charles. Just the basic pick and roll.
So Jasmine back to the line. Played sparingly in that last ball game. Suffered that concussion in the Everett Waters contest. Tried to make a go of it against Albany State only played about 8 minutes in that ball game, 1 rebound, just 1 turnover. So the rest of the ball game, Coach Wester sent her out. Saw her coming into the facility today in the elevator and asked her how she felt. She said she felt great. So far, she's had a great start for the Golden Tigers.
Another variation that Tuskegee could run off that same play is to run the pick and pop to Cantone, who's an excellent shooter.
Marauders now with the basketball. Tuskegee largest lead of the first period of play by 10. Phillips with it, tries to work it left side. All the way back to the right side underneath. Back out front. Blisters and back the other way.
Great closeout by the Tuskegee defense. Got a rise out of the entire bench on the sideline who thought it was a travel.
Sure.
I love how the bench wanted to just get in and help the referees call that one as one. You can hear them all. Whoa!
See it there on the replay. Thought she did travel there, but they got the call nonetheless. Basketball back over to Tuskegee. Meanwhile, half-court set and a whistle out front.
Gotta love a basketball program where your entire bench is engaged with the ball game, not just gesturing, but vocally as well.
Yeah, happening right in front of their bench as well. So team right in front of that action to keep everybody energized. Cantone at the line to shoot. 2:21 remains first period of play. Alani on the first free throw is good there.
Excellent form on her free throw shooting. Uses her legs effectively. Timing as perfect with the release.
She's got 6 in this first period of play. Now 7 after that second free throw. Phillips with the basketball for Central State. Slides left side, pass Cantone, lead behind at the rim. Shots off the mark by Brownell. And the rebound to Johnson for Tuskegee. Up the floor, Cantone left side. Alani back to Alexandria now. .17 left on the shot clock. A minute 46 left, first period of play. Alani penetrates, floater in the paint, got it to fall.
I like when Cantone made the catch in the corner, Charles. She checked her feet to see where she was in relation to the three-point line. Chose against it, got the ball back, completes the 2.
Alani with 9 in the first half. Phillips lost it, now gives it back out front. Jumper there behind the arc by McCown's off the mark. They'll get another look down low, and that's on a putback.
Central State had 2 attempted layups. One's from the left side, one from the right side. Both barely grazed the rim as Tuskegee will take over in the backcourt. But credit the Golden Tigers once again for playing an excellent interior defense.
Minute 12 left first period. Take a look at the action here on the Tuskegee end of the floor. Cantone with the work on the inside with a nice little teardrop floater there. 9 for her. Tuskegee leads 18-4. Trying to add to it here. Johnson, Bobbitt for 3. Sine, oh no.
Book it.
Bobbitt, team's leader from behind the arc, knocked down that 3-pointer. Her first field goal of the contest. 39 seconds left, first period of play. Cantone, but looks like it's going to be LaDeja guilty of a foul on the inside that time.
Has a nice sound to it. Book it, Bobbitt, with the 3.
We can use that, yeah. Let's make that your signature.
She's averaging 12 points a game. Respectable.
Marauders working on the inside. Brownell works past Jasmine, missed on the shot. Jasmine collects the rebound for Tuskegee. Up the floor now, Amani Williams. Amani Johnson, I beg your pardon, she's out on the floor. Gives it over to LaDeja out front. LaDeja, lead behind, Alexandria. 7. Alexandra lost her dribble, now got some space. Johnson creased the rim with the shot. Rebound, Hughley to the glass, got it there, wouldn't fall though.
Excellent job of offensive rebounding by Tuskegee. Didn't get the shot, but they are doing exactly what they wanted.
21-4, Tuskegee leads at the end of the first period of play. Tuskegee with some good basketball action as we take a break and head to the second period. Let's take a look at this shot here. Give you a sense of how things went. Bucket by Bobbitt. That takes us to the second period. More basketball just ahead.
Staying up.
We need somebody to check these headsets. These headsets are going in and out. Can you hear me? Back live here inside Chappie James Arena. Second period action to go. Tuskegee leads at 21-4. And with the basketball, a whistle. And Johnson going to be guilty of the push-off there, trying to get some space to turn the corner up top.
Danielle Bolton was trying to set the screen on the left side for Tuskegee. Got caught turning just a bit. But give credit to the Golden Tigers so far, Charles, for running their offense effectively and using their quickness against this much larger Central State team.
Marauders with the basketball after the foul call on Johnson. Right side all the way through to the glass. That shot's off the mark by Gibson. Tuskegee with a run out now. LaDeja left side. Good recovery defensively by Michaela Williams for the Marauders to block that shot.
LaDeja Hughley, if she gets the ball in the open court, she's not looking back. She's going full speed towards the rack, and that time, very close to completing that.
They'll have the basketball after the block out front. Hughley across the floor left side to Alexandria. Johnson on the move at the block now, trying to leave it back inside to Danielle Bolton, but she lost it. Marauders got it for the Marauders, but a whistle. And the jump ball will send it to Central State nonetheless.
Every team needs a player who can set the pace no matter what the defensive pressure is. And Hughley for Tuskegee does exactly that for the Golden Tigers.
9:16 left first half of play. Tuskegee with a 21-4 lead. Number 4 out of the West versus number 3. Tuskegee, number 4 with the lead. Marauders trying to dump it down low, threw it away. Boland comes away with the basketball for TU. Brittany, foul line extended, got to space, left it on the front of the iron. Gibson back the other way, cross dribble floater into paint, nicely done inside that time by Michaela Williams for her first field goal of the ball game.
One of the few times that Central State has been able to carve out any space inside the paint. Tuskegee's done an excellent job of getting back and covering up inside.
Half court set, TU with Hughley behind the arc right side. 8:26 left first period. Johnson pushes a three, narrows the three. Boy, that was all the way down. Lassiter, you almost have to count that one. Came out, 21-6 lead. Marauders with it on with their half-court set. On a weave, Williams. Peterson, she's been quiet so far in this first half. She'll work it down in the corner, tied up there. 7 to shoot for Central State. Williams lost it momentarily. Hughley going forward on the floor. They tie it up. Jump ball. Instead, it'll be the shot clock violation, and the basketball will belong to Tuskegee.
Players having a tremendous game for the Golden Tigers. Danielle Bolton doing an excellent job. She's going to the bench now, but her defensive effort has basically shut down Central State inside.
So Tuskegee now with the basketball after the violation of the shot clock. Hughley left side now to Boland. Brittany surveys. Now she pushes across the floor. Alexandria for three. Got the look and knocked it down. Her first three-pointer of the ball game for Tuskegee.
If Tuskegee can continue to shoot over the defense from the outside, they're going to be a very dangerous team in the second half.
Johnson coming off an 8.6 rebound outing against Albany State as Peterson's in the paint and a whistle there. They'll give her for the travel violation.
Once again, the Tuskegee defense tightening up.
Take a look at our
Once
vibes wrestler
you see
on
the
three-point
catch made
basket.
inside.
Johnson out front for Vibes' three-point basket. Nicely done by her. 23% from behind the arc for Tuskegee. Tuskegee with a 24-6 lead and the basketball. Boland across the floor. Alexandria again. This time misses on the shot. Morose clears for Central State. Outlet pass to Mancuso. Mancuso to the rack. Missed on the floater. Johnson clears her errant shot for TU. Off of a screen. Alexandria bounce pass Boland. Double B. Guarded by Mancuso. Nice cross dribble in the corner. Johnson on the move. Got some space. Up top, Cyan. Now she's on the move. Right side to the glass. Missed on the shot. Back and got a rebound. Tied up by Morose. And the basketball over to Central State.
It may be just me, Charles, but one of the things I noticed about Central State when they get inside, they don't use the glass effectively. They are shooting directly at the rim, and as a result, a lot of these shots inside are just bouncing off the rim as opposed to going glass and using the rebound effect.
6:09 remains in this first half. Tuskegee leads it 24-6. Half court set for Central State, Mancuso in the corner. Trying to get it to Peterson, but she's doubled inside the paint to go down there to block instead. This is Rolak. Rolak can't convert. The basketball will stay with Central State.
Once again, another shot directly at the rim. Go glass.
Missed on that one.
Heard the expression, go west, young man. Go glass, young woman.
All right, we'll buy that. Right now, they're not listening to you, but they'll have the basketball nonetheless here on the ball went out of bounds. And Mancuso quickly puts up a three and knocks it down for the Marauders of Central State. That's a basket that they desperately needed. But a run back the other way and a whistle on transition. Janelle Looney, the crew chief for this officiating crew, stopped that play in action.
Tuskegee had the ball on the break.
Sure.
Now there's some debate whether timeout was effectively called.
It was going to be an easy Wind Creek Casino Montgomery fast break layup for Tuskegee. Instead, they're going to reset the shot clock. That's what she saw coming down the floor. Hey, things happen. It'll be Tuskegee side out just to our broadcast table. Grad student Brittany Boland to inbound it.
Appears the shot clock is going to be reset. One clock showing 28, the other showing 21. So we have a little coordinating to do here at Chappie James.
Well, if you talk about coordinating, you get a camera shot of Nick Brown down there behind this board working with the shot clock to our right. He knows exactly what to do to get things in sync here inside Chappie James. And he works his magic right there, looking back to confirm that his touch is still magic. And he's got everything synced at 28 seconds now. 5:44 left, first half of play. Tuskegee with the 24-9 lead. And now play set to resume. Cantone with it out front. Across the floor to Hughley. Whistles and travel violation. No foul called on that play.
They're getting Shemaya Macklin on a moving screen, who was set up on the post to the left side. I didn't see it.
No.
It's a very subtle movement if there was.
Yeah, they get Shemaya, that's her first. Yeah, I wouldn't a whole lot noticed on that one at all. Half court basketball to Central State. 5:20 left, first half. Tuskegee with a 24-9 lead. Hard push on the inside and a travel violation there.
Getting a little testy inside.
Deer was upset about that travel call. She thought she was pushed by Cyan.
Cyan Holmes wasn't hearing it. We're going to get a double technical called on both players as they were not happy with one another. This is a hotly contested game. You see a couple of other players having discussions between Tuskegee and Central State after that last confrontation.
Yeah, you talk about it. This is number 4 versus number 3 in the West. They know it's all about positioning as you get closer to looking at the end of the regular season. And this is a matchup that's right there in the middle of the West.
You talk about the energy in pregame. You could feel the energy in the arena an hour before the game, and some of it is being expressed on this last exchange.
See if that continues. Hughley with the basketball. Mancuso waits for her at the mid-stripe. Right side, Cantone. Up top, anticipated, almost taken away by, now it is taken away by Central State. Back the other way, they'll work it right side to the glass and the lay in there by Diamond Phillips. Phillips with her first 2 of the ball game. You could sense that turnover coming there. Tuskegee a little bit casual with the basketball last trip down the floor. They lead it 24-11. Cantone works it inside to Jasmine. Jasmine inside on Rolak and a whistle inside.
Excellent move to go directly at the low post player. Nothing fancy. Make sure your footwork is correct. Turn and go right at the hoop.
Rolak inside. She's guilty of the foul. Timeout called here. It's a video break. 4:39 remaining first half. Tuskegee leads it 24-11. Take a look at Jasmine on the inside, working that position to get Rolak to commit that foul. All right, instead, what you're watching there is the 3-point basket by Halani Cantone.
For 5-star backyards, Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have the
4:39 remains first half action. Tuskegee with a 24-11 lead. They'll get set to hit the floor. It's up back. It'll be Jasmine at the line shooting.
Tuskegee's got to be feeling very good about themselves, Charles, because they have been able to control the tempo of this game, playing faster than Central State. Central State is a low post team. They haven't had much success inside because Tuskegee's defense has been extremely aggressive.
So Jasmine be at the line shooting here for Tuskegee. 4 points for her in the ball game so far, coming off of that concussion in the Edward Waters game. First free throw attempt here is off the mark by Manuel. Jasmine 1 of 2 from the arc free throw line that trip. 5 in the contest for her. Tuskegee with a 25-11 lead. Central State across the timeline now. Phillips with it out front right side. Peterson on the move left side to the glass, banked it home. Good work by her. A correction rollout.
Excellent move. Switching hands as she turns from the left side.
Zahia Rolak, the freshman from Dayton. Nice work by her to get that basket. Tuskegee back the other way now.
They're going to get Cantone for clearing space. Tuskegee's last few offensive possessions have been a little bit out of sync compared to how they started the ball game.
Cantone guilty of an offensive foul that trip down the floor. That's her first. Basketball over to Central State. Rolak going to work again, this time against Holmes. Back out front, Mancuso. Running jumper by her, and she banked it right side. So Mancuso with 5 in this first half for Central State. Cuts the deficit to 10. 3:45 remains first half. Bounce pass at the block. Nicely done.
Excellent look.
Manuel with the assist. Cyan Holmes with the basket. 27-15, Tuskegee with the lead. Floater on the inside, left short of the mark. Here comes Tuskegee. Run out. Cyan runs it down underneath, and she got the lay-in.
Using their speed to advantage. Once they get out and run, that's what Tuskegee wants to do.
That's exactly what they did there. The easy lay-in by Holmes. Good assist down the floor from Cantone. Length of the floor on the pass. 29-15, Tuskegee with the lead. 3 minutes left in this first half. Rolak with the jumper out front. Basketball tapped around and try to run it down. It's tapped around. Cyan had a hand at it. Not able to pull it in. It'll be Central State with the basketball. 2:52. Look, take a look at the replay. Got that Wooden Creek Casino fast break layup on the other end. Cyan Holmes behind the defense. Got the easy lay-in with the assist from Cantone. So it'll be Peterson to inbound it for Central State. Diamond Phillips handles it just in front of the Tuskegee bench. They work it inside. Brownell with it. And a shot clock violation against Central State.
Central State just not aware of where the clock was when they inbounded the basketball.
Anitra Kolb, first-year head coach at Central State, just taking over that program. Just did not make the team aware of what the situation was coming into that inbound. They jump into a zone defense. Johnson, back and jumper. Samaya can't convert. It's loose in the corner. Cantone runs it down and taps it off of Peterson. It'll stay with TU.
Alert play by Cantone as she goes skyward. Knocks the ball off of Central State. Tuskegee maintains possession.
They'll get a fresh 20 on the shot clock here. 2:23 remaining in this first half. Entry pass at the block on the entry. Johnson can't get it airborne though and winds up throwing it away. Phillips back the other way for Central State. Her bounce pass is run down and blocked out of bounds by Boland for Tuskegee.
Just a bit indecisive on that pass inside. If she'd gone straight up, might have had better success. Thought twice about it. She who hesitates can't turn it over.
Sure. Yeah, there you go. Lost opportunity there. Mancuso at the block. She lost her dribble. Now inside, Peterson comes away with the basketball. Entry pass, Brownell to the glass, missed on the shot. How about Samaya squaring up on the inside to get the defensive positioning for that rebound. Cantone across the timeline now for TU. We're under 2 minutes left, first half of play. Boland out front. Now to Johnson. Entry pass. Alani under the defense to the glass. Stuck it in there. Got the lay here left side.
Tuskegee did an excellent job of spreading the floor, hitting the open cutter for the layup.
Back the other way. Mancuso trying to answer. She missed on the first. Jasmine ties her up after she missed on the shot. And TU will have the basketball on the possession call.
Tuskegee with a nice answer as Central State closed within 11. Tuskegee with a spurt of their own now on offense, getting back in sync. Excellent ball movement. I like the way they spread the floor in that last possession. They had two players stationed in both corners, two up top. Let's see if they run that again.
Entry pass. Johnson got it. Pressure by Phillips. Alexander slips for a moment. Boland handles out front.
Same offensive set. Watch how Tuskegee has spread the floor.
Johnson with it. Up top to Cantone. 12 to shoot for TU. Alani won't wait. She'll fire. Missed on that one though, but it's run down in the corner by Alexandria. Pushes back out front. Samaya had it tapped. It'll stay with Tuskegee.
The good news is that the excellent ball movement led to an open look by Cantone. Just wasn't able to complete it, but that's the shot you want.
She was open indeed.
They'll take that shot every day of the week.
You almost have to. You're that wide open. 64 seconds left first half. Tuskegee with 17 to shoot. Alani handles out front. Bobbitt down at the block. Samaya nicely done there. Just like we talked about last. They got the open space. Bobbitt with the assist. And Samaya with the basket. 33-15. Good response by Tuskegee after that run by Central State. Jones handles back up top now to Phillips. Now Brownell bounce pass in traffic right over to Alexandria. Johnson 1-on-2. Alexandria runs the defense with the left hand, left it behind for Boland. Boland couldn't convert though. Back the other way, Central State whistles as Williams commits a travel for Central State. Basketball back to Tuskegee.
You gotta love the Tuskegee bench. One of the players was up, signaling the turnover, shuffling her feet, pointing the other way.
18 seconds left. See if Tuskegee can get another basket here before we go to the intermission. Johnson for three. Oh, yeah. Alexandra. Couple for her. That's a way to end the first half. Her second three-pointer.
Make the three, get a chest bump, go to the locker room.
Oh, yeah. Pumped up. 36-15. Tuskegee leads it at the break. Good first half of action for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. They lead it. Have lots to talk about at the break, but got to be happy about the way they finished this first half of play. We'll take a break here on the Golden Tigers Sports Network. We'll get you in a second. We'll get you.
Take steps to get everyone back on track with their routine immunizations. Tuskegee fans, let's all do our part to get back on track. Protect yourself and others by making sure you are up to date on all recommended vaccines, including respiratory virus vaccines. Don't wait. Vaccinate. For more information, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM.
Can you all hear me over there? Back live here inside Chappie James at the intermission. Tuskegee leads at 36-15 over the Marauders of Central State. Marking a very impressive first half for the Golden Tigers.
Tuskegee did an excellent job of using its defense early on to set up their offense, accomplish exactly what they wanted in getting out and running. Not too deep, because Central State came in with a bigger team, a beefier team. Tuskegee used their speed to full advantage, goes out to the big lead.
They lead it 36-15. We have to take a break here on GTSN. We'll take a break and come back and get things started again here at the intermission. Stay with us.
For 5-star backyards, Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have this yellow tag,
I can't hear him, so I'm screwing up. You're gonna try to bring him over and do it? Yeah, let's do that. All right, can we bring him over? We'll put the mic on. You go tell him what's going on. What is
We're back live here at Chappie James. 36-15. Tuskegee leads it at the break over the Marauders of Central State. And women's action here on GTSN. Awaiting the head coach of it all here at Tuskegee University, Dr. Mark Brown, will come in and join us here at the break. Hey, Doc, how are you, sir? Can you hear me, Doctor? All right, want to make sure we can hear you. Can we hear you?
I can hear you.
All
can
right,
you hear
we're
me?
Good. It's more important that we can hear you. Glad you could join us here at the intermission. Let's talk about where things are right now with you in terms of the year that's already started, and we've gone from football, now we're into basketball. Just where are you just in terms of your headspace at this
You know,
point?
as we turn the year to 2025,
Yes, sir.
that took in the very first 6 months of my time at Mother Tuskegee, and it's been filled with everything you would have thought, right? We've had amazing academic achievements by many of our students. We have amazing research going. In the world of athletics, our football team finished strong.
Indeed.
I will tell you they will finish even stronger next year. Even in our classic games, like our Turkey Day Classic, we came up short. But the team is, I think, preparing for next season. They are mastering things that we all know we must master now, like the transfer portal, right?
Absolutely.
The ability of our students to move, in some cases, out of community colleges and other places into Tuskegee. And thus far, that looks very fruitful for us. So you turn the dime into the spring of 2025. We are ready to go in all types of athletics, and what we're seeing today and what I just really enjoyed seeing in the first half of this game is a group of young ladies who are playing together as a team, who have gotten better, by the way, if you watch them as the season has gone on. So obviously they're well coached, obviously they're learning from their practice, and right now 36-15, they look pretty good. I have to tell you, we are also anticipating our time in California.
Oh, yeah.
And I know that you know of that.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that, because you're right. There's an entire entourage of us going out there to invade the West Coast.
Yeah.
And it's such a tribute for us, indeed. But it's a well-earned tribute just because of the legacy of this school, in terms of if you had to choose some schools to participate in that NBA All-Star Weekend, Tuskegee would have to be at the top of your list.
It absolutely would be. You know, let me start by saying our hearts and our prayers go out to the people in California who are struck by the wildfires that have broken out there, and all of the first responders and everyone that's coming together to save them and to save actually their properties as best as they can. It may not be well known, but 5% of the student population at Tuskegee are from California. Now, that's amazing, right? That's coming a long way.
You see me. I got this big smile. I didn't know that.
If you come a long way to California, a lot of that is attributed to the amazing alumni that we now have out in California. And they are writing every day. They're waiting for us to come. So we'll do a lot of things while we're out there, to include gathering with our alumni, having certain development things together, meeting with some companies that we do business out there. And then there is the business of basketball.
Indeed.
You know, obviously I'm a fan of historically black colleges and universities. And there is very little argument that Morehouse College, an academic powerhouse, the creators of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and many, many, many more leaders, is an amazing historical university that is central to our country, I think, and central to our history. But they are matched, if by any, by Mother Tuskegee and what we provide to the country. So when you think about that, we have a classic that we play with Morehouse in football. And the opportunity of our partners at the National Basketball Association on nothing else than All-Star Weekend, right, to be able to, for our students to play against their student, it's a tribute to HBCUs. It's a tribute to our history. And I think they got the right two teams picked to do that. So looking forward to the game.
No, I couldn't imagine any two teams that would be better representative of HBCU culture overall. Yeah. You always leave me speechless because every time I get ready to interview and talk to you, you have so many talking points that you cover the gamut before we even get to that. But that's the power of a president who is aware of what his institution is about and where things are going.
The one thing I get to see, just because I like to say I'm not just the president of Tuskegee. I live in the community of Tuskegee, Alabama. I live amongst my people here at Tuskegee University. So this is my neighborhood. This is my community, and this is my home, I'm proud to say. And one thing I get to see is the commitment in practice of our teams, of our auxiliaries, of our cheerleaders, of our mascots, of our band, everybody. And I really want everybody to know that these young adults pour their hearts and souls into this. And for a young person to get a chance to go look at something that they may have up to this point only seen on television, which is the gathering of all NBA stars, all of their heroes over the years, right? All the people that they've emulated in one place, and to know that they have a role in that, that is a privilege and an honor for our students, for the students of Morehouse, for all of you all who support HBCU sports, and also to the country, I think, because it shows of the progress that we've made. So I'm very grateful to be a small part of that.
Oh, big part of it. Not small at all. Well articulated. Thank you, sir.
Well, thank you.
Always a pleasure talking to you.
Don't let me end without making it very clear that everybody is grateful to go, but we're going out there to win. We intend to win in California, just like we intend to win today. And I love Central State. I need to make sure I say that. I love it. I love the president there. I've been there. I love it. But we're going to win both of these games, and we're going to win when we play Morehouse in California.
There you go. Words of Dr. Mark Brown. You can't take it from a higher authority. Put that win down in the book right now.
Count it. Book it.
Book it. There you go. Dr. Brown, thanks so much.
All right. Thank you, my friend.
Yes,
thank
sir.
you.
Dr. Mark Brown, president of Tuskegee University. Always a pleasure to talk to him. And we're live at halftime. Tuskegee leads at 36-15 over the Lady Marauders of Central State. More basketball just ahead on GTSN.
Staying up to date on all recommended vaccines is one of the safest preventive care measures available to protect you and your family from disease. Many children and adults that delayed vaccination during the pandemic are still behind schedule. It is crucial that we take steps to get everyone back on track with their routine immunizations. Tuskegee fans, let's all do our part to get back on track. Protect yourself and others by making sure you are up to date on all recommended vaccines, including respiratory virus vaccines. Don't wait. Vaccinate. For more information, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM.
As we get set for second half action, we look at some of the highlights of the first half. The women's ball game, Tuskegee breakaway layup there by Brittany Boland. A lot of players in action for Tuskegee in this first half in terms of scoring, including Sine Bobbitt from outside. That's her favorite range from behind the arc. And getting into action from behind the arc, Alexandria does it. She's able to knock down a triple for the Golden Tigers in that first half of play. Tuskegee leading at 36-15 as we get set to go into the second half. Take a look at some of the first half numbers, Mark. See what kind of jumps out to you early on here.
I go right down to the turnover number because most of those turnovers, Charles, happened about midway through the second period. Tuskegee did an excellent job of making the correction, getting their offense reset, and closing the first half strong. Looking at the three-point field goal percentage, both teams shooting it equally at 33%. However, Tuskegee's managed to get up 9 attempts, where Central State has only gotten up 3.
Marauders will start the basketball on the second half on offense with the basketball. And they'll start it on penetration right side. That's Gibson handling it. Tuskegee showing an early zone defense. Inside the paint now on the turn, nicely done, but a whistle there. Layla Christman, senior, out on the floor for the first time for Coach Cole and the Marauders. Good move by her on the inside to draw that foul.
Central State showing a look we didn't see in the first half, using their 2 big players at the foul line, setting a double screen, trying to get one of their shooters free from about 20 feet out.
At the line, Christman spins that first free throw good. Correction, that's DeShante Miller, the senior from at the line shooting for the Marauders, and Miller hits that first free throw. And got them both from the line, so it's a 36-17 lead for Tuskegee.
They had Miller at 6 foot and Moreau at 6'4", sitting that double pick. That's a big pick.
Hughley, half-court set now for Tuskegee. Works it out behind the arc, right side to Cantone. It's Cantone, Mackin, Hughley, Boland, and Holmes on the floor. Double B for 3. Rattled that three-pointer and popped out of there. Basketball over to Central State.
If there's any key for Tuskegee in the second half, Charles, is protect the basketball. Do not turn it over. Do not allow the Central State pressure to dictate tempo to their favor.
Half-court set, Central State with the basketball. Gibson gives it over to Williams. She'll slide right side. 7 to shoot now. Leads back with the jumper. Missed on the shot. Rebound Miller to the glass. And she was fouled on the inside. Eliza B. Mackin, Holmes guilty of the foul for Tuskegee.
Going to give a gold star right away to Brittany Boland. Did an excellent job of switching on that last defensive set. Got her footwork out in front of the ball handler. Forced Central State away from what they were trying to run.
So Miller right back to the line for Central State. Syed with her second personal. She'll take a seat.
As you know, defense is not played with the hands, it's played with the feet.
Not effective defense.
If you can
try it.
If you have effective lateral speed and can keep your positioning between your man, your woman, and the basket, that's good defense.
Indeed. So Miller good on both of those free throws. And Tuskegee now with it, half-court set, Cantone. Give to Mackin at the block. Samaya double there. Now they relax. She'll turn inside the paint to the glass. Nicely done. Missed on the shot. Boland comes back, taps it to keep it alive for TU. Back inside, they go to Jasmine. Jasmine, hard fake to the rack. Dunked it home for Tuskegee.
Tuskegee has found success when they're able to go up with it decisively. Not a lot of ball faking. Watch the catch. One dribble, right to the rack.
Jasmine with the point on the inside. She'll be at the line shooting for Tuskegee now. And Jasmine gets the three-point play after hitting the free throw. That'll make it 38-19. 8:28 left in this third period of play. Gibson Got some space, fires the three, line drives, knocked it down for Central State.
One of the few times that Tuskegee did not fight over the screen and get a hand on her face. A pretty open look. A three-point shot as a result.
38-21, Tuskegee leads. Boland with the basketball. Brittany, left side, lead behind for Hughley. She's on the move inside the paint. Samaya underneath the defense to the glass, missed on a roller. Battles over her back and commits the foul.
She got hacked. Carved out space. I'm surprised that she was actually, again, not going glass, but going directly at the rim. Fortunately for Tuskegee, they maintained possession.
Cantone will inbound it. They'll settle her, or instead it'll be Boland to inbound it left of the cylinder. Quickly to back to Brittany. She'll fire the jumper in the corner. It just won't stay. Right inside the cylinder, popped out. Jasmine tied it up on the tie-up, but the basketball on the jump ball will stay with TU.
I like what Tuskegee's running, though, Charles. They had two players open. They're doing an excellent job of moving without the basketball. Not a lot of dribble.
Cantone in the corner now. Back pedals behind the arc. Takes the jumper from there and nails it for Tuskegee.
Cantone drills the three, turns to the bench. The bench responds.
So Halani with a big three-point shot there in the corner to extend the Tuskegee lead to 42-21. Half-court set for Central State now. They try to dump it down low. And the basketball hit the cylinder. If you take a look at Cantone down in the corner for Tuskegee, they give her space. You can't do that. That's what she'll do if you do. Knock that down. Tuskegee with the lead and the basketball. Halani on the move. Lead behind Boland looking for three. She hits the front of the iron with that one. Brodow with the rebound for Central State. Run out. Williams to the glass. Boland trying to catch up. Commits the foul.
The only downside to Tuskegee taking the three-point shot, Charles, is sometimes you find you get those long rebounds that can generate a fast break the other way. That time Central State took advantage, got the rebound almost at three-quarter court, and it generated their fast break.
Hughley takes the seat, and Alexandria Johnson out on the floor now for Tuskegee. Kayla Williams to shoot. And Williams sinks that first free throw for Central State. Williams got them both from the line. Williams at 6 in the ball game for Central State. Cantone again with the basketball for TU. Works it to Johnson, left side. Alexandra wants to work it right side. Got it over there to Boland. 10 to shoot. Brittany on the move, though. Across the floor, Halani. 6 to shoot for her. Halani to the cylinder. Missed on the shot. Basketball tapped around. They got it to the cylinder before the shot clock violation.
Cantone, a bit of a wild shot inside as she was carving space to the left. But fortunately for Tuskegee, they're able to go to the free throw line. Watch her just a little bit out of control, hoisting up at the last moment.
So Mackin that's fouled instead on the inside, and Samaya shooting. She got the first.
If Tuskegee's done one thing effectively so far, Charles, is offensive rebounding. You've seen them get 2 and 3 attempts on offense just because of their hustle and tenacity inside.
Mackin good on both from the free throw line. Tuskegee with decided edge and rebounds, 27-17 up to this point, to your point, Mark. Entry pass tapped around, almost taken away by Tuskegee. Down at the block instead, they got it to Miller. Miller is able to get some space and get the lay-in left side.
That's size versus size. She was working against Jasmine Manuel.
Miller's come off the bench. He's got 6 for Central State. 5:58 left in the third. Johnson slides all the way through, runner to the glass. Spinner won't fall. Central State clears. Gibson. Left side. Peterson just in front of the Central State bench with the basketball. Now up top. Jumper right side, back and clears that errant shot for Tuskegee. Now Cantone out front with 5:20 left. Jasmine at the block underneath the defense, and she drew a foul.
You always feel better about the Tuskegee offense when it runs through Cantone. She's very confident with the basketball. She's able to handle with her head up. Not careless, very alert player.
Yeah, interesting you mentioned that because she is a transfer into Tuskegee from Kentucky State, and that was the way she was described as a player to Kentucky. Everything that they ran came through her to set that offense, and she's really settled into that same type role here. It's taken a minute. You got to get adjusted to the new players and the new system, but she has slowly come around to taking on that role. Jasmine from the line, missed on the first.
Coaches love to have that player, almost like having an assistant coach on the court, someone you can trust.
Yeah, you got her and Brittany Boland out there. You have a double factor that really helps you down the stretch. Jasmine got that second free throw. We're at 5:13 left in the third. 45-25, Tuskegee with the lead. Central State with the basketball. Diamond Phillips back out front, handling it for Central State. Now over to Phillips, doubled across the floor. The runner there by Brunel is off the mark, but a whistle.
Once again, the ladies for Central State turning and trying to go rim as opposed to going glass.
4:56 remains in the third period. We'll take a timeout here. Tuskegee with a 45-25 lead. We'll take a look at some of the work of Alani Cantone from behind the arc, knocking down a three-pointer there. And letting you know it, don't peep on me. Or you sleep on me, that's what you go see. And she knocked down that three-pointer to extend that Tuskegee lead here in this third period of play. 45-25 TU up. We'll take a timeout here at GTSN. After the timeout, Marauders of Central State with the basketball. Tuskegee with the 45-25 lead. Diamond Phillips switches over right side with the pass to Rolak. Rolak at the glass. Nice job by her. Body control to get that shot for Central State. It's only her second field goal of the ball game now. Rolak leading them with 10.4 points per ball game. Take away, or Tuskegee keeps it in a half-court set now. Almost lost it. Jasmine trying to set a screen for Alexandra. And the foul is going to be called. We're going back the other way. They're going to call that on the wrong number 44. They call that one on Jasmine Manuel. She was trying to set a screen for Johnson to work around out front on number 44 for the Marauders of Central State, Jacqueline Brownell. And Jasmine picks up that's only her first personal. Central State dumping it down low to Miller. Slides across the floor with the pass to Brownell left side, and she finishes with the lay-in.
One of the few times we've seen Central State getting the interior passing between their larger players for an open look.
Brownell with the finish. Good pass there from Miller. Cantone behind the arc, left side. 3:46 left in the third. Alexandria Johnson for three. Back of the iron on the shot. Rebound cleared. Bobbitt though. Backside. Tuskegee with a fresh 20. Cantone. Foul line extended. Slides past the defense. Underneath with the floating layup and got that with the ball for Tuskegee.
Cantone with the scoop to the hoop on the large step inside.
Canto with a nice step inside to get that basket. Back the other way. Miller fights to the rack, and she's fouled. She'll go to the line. Let's take a look at that work by Canto to that half-court set, though.
Watch the balance that she shows. Once she feels contact, gets the ball up on the glass in the right spot, and completes what could have been a three-point play. Cantone pleading her case to the officials.
Give it to me, right?
It's like, you saw me do that. You saw there was some contact. Cantone gesturing now in front of the official, demonstrating how she was bumped with both hands up right in front of us. It was a great replay of what just happened.
Sure. She's got 16 in the ball game. Left side now, dumps it up top Jasmine. Jasmine back out to Alexandria. 3:09 left in the third. 47-31 TU lead. Bounce pass Boland. Double B for three. Front of the iron on the shot. Rebound cleared. McGowan.
Cantone's got to be a theater major because she described exactly how she was hit to the official.
Let me show you exactly, right? Next time, you don't be fooled by my performance, right? Bounce pass inside.
Great body language.
Miller with another basket. Half court. Tuskegee with a timeout taken now with 2:40 remaining in the third period. Tuskegee with a 47-33 lead.
This is an intelligent timeout by Tuskegee. They understand that they don't want Central State to close anywhere close to 10-point deficit. So being up 47-33, they're going to draw up play, run the offense, and see if they can extend back to somewhat closer to a 20-point lead.
And that's very astute by you, Mark, to point that out, because during the course of the season, when the gold ball games on the road, Tuskegee has sometimes lost the lead because of that very thing about not taking a timeout when they really could to kind of maintain the lead, because that's the difference psychology-wise about whether you're ahead or trailing when you have to come back onto the floor.
What's interesting about coaches, Charles, as you know, coaches learn during the course of the season as well. So correcting that mistake and saying, okay, they're starting to make their run again as they did in the first half. Let's run our offense the correct way.
Tuskegee leading at 47-33 over the Marauders of Central State. Bobbitt coming out. Head-toe, Hughley, Manuel, and looks like Alexandria Johnson for Coach Western and the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. Yeah, that's the one thing when you do that. You take that time out to keep that momentum, make sure that distance is maintained. They have the basketball. Ken Toad with 16. Gives it to Bobbitt. Today squares for three. Bobbitt had a good look, missed the shot. Backside, Johnson got in there to try to take it away for Tuskegee, but lost it out of bounds. It'll belong to Central State.
Once again, tenacious offensive rebounding by Tuskegee, just fumbled it out of bounds on contact. They ran the offense, got the shot they wanted.
Phillips with it in the backcourt for Central State, where 2:22 left in the third. LaDeja Hughley back out on the floor, handling the defensive assignment. This is McCown with it now. They almost throw it away. Miller able to collect it. 18 to shoot for Central State. Rolock rolls the paint, right side, and got a lay-in. Sade just gave up on that, tried to swipe the basketball on her penetration, and that was an easy lay-in for Rolock.
Tuskegee up by 12.
Johnson works up top, brought out, jumps out on it defensively there. Left side, Hughley behind the arc. Hughley slides inside the paint, doubled and a whistle. They call the foul on Miller. That's her first. Correction, that's her second personal. Non-shooting foul there for Tuskegee, though, as Samaya Backen comes back out on the floor for the Golden Tigers. Hughley was in the process of shooting the turban. And she got that first one from the line. So that's LaDeja's first point of the ball game. And Hughley got them both. 49-35, Tuskegee leads.
Excellent overplay.
Take away, run out, back the other way. Hughley to the glass, and she gets the win. Greek Casino, Montgomery fast break there.
Kalani Cantone with the overplay on defense, making the steal, leading to easy hoop.
She'll get that run out assist, and Hughley with the basket. She's got 4. 68 seconds left. Now another takeaway there. Backen had it, lost it momentarily, but the basketball belongs to Tuskegee.
So what's funny about that, Charles, it's not Tuskegee's offense. It's their defense that's setting up their offense.
Indeed. This team, second in the conference field goal defense. As Hughley has it in the front court now. Under a minute remains in the third. Tuskegee with a 51-35 lead. LaDeja works it right side. Slide pass across the floor. Samaya. Oh, yeah. She finishes nicely.
Excellent look as she comes back up court with a smile on her face, knowing that she got the pass that she wanted.
Indeed. Hughley with the assist on the inside. 11th in the conference, 10th in the conference in assists, a 2.3 per ball game. Shot there in the corner, missed. Bobbitt got the rebound for Tuskegee. TU with a chance to convert before the third period ends. Here's comes Cantone across the floor to Samaya. Back out Sade. Up top now to Alexandria. 20 seconds left in the third. Now down to 10. Off of the screen, they bump into each other. Now across the floor, Cantone. 6 to shoot. Kalani tried to get some space. That was partially blocked by the Marauders. And that was a shot clock violation for the Golden Tigers. And that brings us to the end of the third period of play. Tuskegee with a 53-35 lead. Take a look at some action from the third period. Kalani Cantone, as you referenced there, Mark, good overplay on that and got the pass up the floor. And Hughley able to get that lay-in for Tuskegee. We'll take a break here on GTSN.
For 5-star backyards, Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have this yellow tag, you don't want it.
Back live as we get set to start the fourth quarter here inside Chappie James Arena. 53-35, Tuskegee with the lead.
Charles, stick a pin in a timeout that Tuskegee's coaches called as Central State had closed within 12. They didn't make the first shot out of the timeout, but ran off 3 consecutive scores to drive this lead back up to 18.
Tuskegee, largest lead prior to that was 44-23. 21 points at that point. Trying to see if they can't push it back up to that area, but that timeout, as you referenced, Mark, was critical because they staved off any kind of push from the Marauders in Central State. Half court set for Central State now as we start the fourth. Charles Ward, Mark Lassiter with the play call. Glad you could join us on GTSN.
Once again, the Tuskegee defense shows up and forces a turnover.
Officials conferring. This time they're going to keep it with Central State.
I spoke too soon. The second official came in and reversed the call.
Coach Ciante Wester at the scorer's table agrees more with you than what was reversed on the call.
The Tuskegee coaching staff is up in front of the scorer's table as well.
Central State trying to inbound it. They got it to Mancuso on the float. She got that one to fall.
Mancuso hit a couple of big shots in the first half.
Yeah. Listed at 5'5", maybe that, but got her a lot of work on the inside by her. A couple of field goals in that first half. This time Cantone had it rejected inside, trying to challenge 3 defenders for Central State. And Cuso back to the glass, and she's fouled. She'll go to the line.
She was dangerously close to turning that one over, Charles, as she's sprinting full speed off the dribble. She will go to the free throw line.
And Cuso with 5 in this ball game. And if you reference the 2 field goals that she had, they were inside the paint with the taller players. And she missed on the first of 2 free throws here. Just Deshante Miller leading the Lady Marauders in scoring with 10 in the ball game. She came off of the bench to lead them. And Cuso got the second free throw there. Hughley in the front court now for TU. Nadeja works it right side in the corner. Samaya pushes back out to Cantone. And Tuskegee with 9:03 remaining. Johnson with the 3-point shot. That one's off the mark. Rebound will come down to her. She pushes back to Hughley, and they'll get the fresh 20. Tuskegee, and I've got to be thinking about now the clock as an ally and burning as much as they can each trip down the floor. Cantone on the move at the block. Stops, back out, Bobbitt. Today squares for 3. Count that one all day long.
Book it, Bobbitt.
She wears number 3, and appropriately so. You heard the president even say it at halftime. Book it. Bobbitt booked it for TU. Jumper right side. That one's off the mark. Bobbitt with a rebound. 8:18 left. Tuskegee with a 56-38 lead. Led by as many as 21, getting close to that range again. Hughley. Right side. Bounce pass in the corner to Cantone. Alani off of a screen by Samaya. They dump it down to her on the roll-off. Now, Maros guarding her defensively. Samaya has to give it over to Helani. Down at the block. Always in danger of 2 things down at that baseline. Stepping on it or throwing a pass, trying to get it across the floor and getting it picked off.
Tuskegee just a little out of sync in heavy traffic inside. They're fortunate to get the tip. Watch the pressure by Kentucky State. It's the long shot by Bobbitt.
Sade with her second 3-pointer of the ball game. Entry pass Mackin. Samaya at the block, missed on the shot. Maros comes away with the rebound for Central State. 7:48 left in this ball game. Left side, Miller at the block. Missed on that shot. Looks like she lost it in transition to the left hand, but it will stay with Central State.
That was a nice catch. It appears that the ball just slipped out of her hand as she was going off it because it didn't get anything. Didn't get glass, didn't get rim.
They got a fresh 20 though. 7:42 remaining. Trying to get it inside the Maros, but it's kicked out of bounds. Golden Tigers of Tuskegee trying to make it 3 in a row in SIAC play in the 2025 portion of the season.
Next 3 minutes of this ball game are important, Charles, for Tuskegee to see if they can maintain this lead.
Down in the corner, Lady Marauders tried to catch up with that one. Gibson did, not able to do so. So the basketball to Tuskegee on a turnover.
Once again, Tuskegee's interior defense has been the difference in this ball game. Anytime that Central State tries to force the ball inside, there are not just 1, but there are 2 Tuskegee players waiting.
To your point, they took the page right out of your book, what you called in the pregame. They've just got to outquick them and take advantage of their quickness versus the height of Central State. Bowler up top, Hughley right side. Nadeja underneath. And Nadeja always looks like she's just a bit out of control, but has enough control of that basketball to spin it in.
Well, she shot it off the wrong foot, but she got it on the good foot.
That's the one that you want. Give it a go on the inside. Maros right side with a jumper. Missed on that. Boland, nice square out there. Mancuso to get that rebound. Up the floor now, Cantone, left side. Alani at the block. Floater by her. Missed on the shot. Tapped around by Cyan Holmes.
Another offensive rebound.
Runs it down. Up top the Boland. Hughley in the corner. Cantone at the block. Jasmine turns into a double. And they'll call jump ball. Good convergence on that basketball that time by Serrano Gibson for Central State. Maros takes a seat as we take a look at Tuskegee's work on their last play down on the court.
Excellent ball movement by Tuskegee. Seeing space and getting the ball up just in time over the outstretched hand of Maros.
Yeah, I mean, everything with Ladeja is all about timing, footwork, the release of the basketball. She's not very tall in terms of stature, and she knows it, so she has to hurry a lot to get an airborne before the defense gets there. This time, Boland misses on a three-point effort. Back the other way, Central State throws it away.
That's the kind of pass that drives coaches crazy. You've got what you want. You've got a break. You're trying to throw a half-court pass in traffic.
Tuskegee back the other way as a result. Boland with it, right side, Ladeja. She'll try it from three-point range. Missed on that shot. Not the best decision there, but she'll come away with a takeaway.
Look at the hustle.
Cantone and Tuskegee with a fresh 30 on their end of the floor. Boland in the corner, double there, got it to Cyan, and she lost it in the corner. Tuskegee here with 5:45 remaining, leading it by 20 at this point. You definitely want to see them be certainly more disciplined as it relates to the use of the clock each trip down the floor this time. Because when you get into these tighter ball games, you get closer to tournament play, you're going to have to manage that clock just as much as any other element of the ball game. Shot down in the corner, missed. Hughley comes away with the rebound. Alani wants to run with it. She'll settle back with the pass to Hughley instead. Central State still in that zone defense. Hughley out front, almost threw it away. Boland has it. Left side, Jasmine. Jumper there by Jasmine. She right on it for Tuskegee. Good work there. Good patient offense there by Tuskegee. Jasmine finishes with that basket. She's got an even 10th in the ball game. And Cuso leading back. Nice touch by her. She showed it all game long.
Sealed by Central State.
This is Diamond Phillips missing on that shot. Tuskegee a little bit lackluster there on that end of the floor.
One of the few times Central State has caught them napping in the backcourt. Otherwise, Tuskegee's done an excellent job of fighting against the pressure of Central State.
Boland dribbled right into a double team and had it taken away. Jump ball will send it to Central State anyway. 4:29 remaining. Tuskegee leading at 60-40. We got that media time right here. Yeah, 4:29 left. Tuskegee leading 60-40. We'll take a break here on GTSN.
Power?
Yep, I'm gonna get the lights back on.
Yeah, my power went out and I have to start level 14 all over again in our game. Yeah, why didn't mine go out?
Well, we have this technology that can stop an outage in its tracks.
Why?
So less people will be affected during the outage.
Why?
So you can make the level 15?
Come on, Brian. Let's go to your house and keep playing.
Good luck, guys.
Golden Tiger fans, I'm Anthony Holloman, Commissioner of the SIAC, and this is Golden Tiger Sports Network.
Alani Cantone has been a real difference in this ball game for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. Let's look at some of her work from the floor in its first 4 quarters of basketball. They lead at 60-40. Try to get that package to you momentarily. We'll get back to live action. 4:29 left in the ball game. Half-court set now for Central State. Working the right side with the pass. It's the Deer with the basketball now up top, on the move. Back to the Deer. Got some space, running jumper at the free throw line, and she knocked that one down. The Deer's first points of the ball game for Central State. Amani Johnson out on the floor now for Tuskegee. So is Trinity Layton. So Tuskegee now going without Boland and Cantone. Trying to see if they can get some quality minutes from these reserves. Hoping they won't have to use any of the starters again before this game is over. As Layton turns with a jumper. And Trinity Layton with a nice job there scoring up for her
I like the form on Layton's jumper. Very balanced. Nice arc on the shot. The release was a thing of beauty.
Trinity Layton with that field goal. Sophomore from Miami, Florida. Trinity only appearing in 10 ball games this season, but last year Trinity had a more pronounced role as it relates to a reserve spot in that lineup. But the real reality is nothing really that Trinity has done to lose her minutes. It's the fact that Coach Wester recruited some different players this year that were frontline players, and then Trinity just had to give up some of her minutes to some of the players we're seeing here this afternoon. But Trinity has always been, just like you said, solid form shooting the basketball.
Back on the other end, it appears we have a technical foul call as Central State goes to the line with all the other players at half court.
Technical fouls were shot by Sydney Gordon. She got them both. Basketball overall to Central State, and it looks at this point as Coach Wester's comfortable enough with the lead. Perhaps not so much concerned about what the total point differential will be in terms of winning this ball game. So she's got in a full slate of reserves at this point. Save LaDeja Hughley. Out on the floor is Alicia Green-White. Imani Johnson jumped in there at the foul line. That was off the mark as Hughley comes away with it. Liana Glaze out on the floor for Tuskegee. And Dara Jang out there as well. Some names we don't call very much during the course of the regular season. Glaze looking three-pointer. Glaze knocks one down coming in off the bench.
The best part was the bench reaction by the starters who were jumping up and down as that ball went through the net.
And Glaze got her first spot of duty in the Albany State ball game a couple of nights ago. Did that very thing, got on the floor and hit an immediate field goal right away. So Brianna saw her as you take a look at this replay of her down in the corner of the dish. And the finish by Glaze.
Excellent form.
To that shot.
Perfect.
I had a chance to talk to her early in the season. She's been out because she was injured early on. And I said, well, I'm excited to see you play. She said, I'm ready to get out there as well. So she's been out the last 2 ball games and really made her presence felt. Comes away with a rebound here. Had it tapped and stolen. Central State back the other way. They get a lay-in left side. Imani Johnson with it across the timeline now for Tuskegee. Gives it over to Malaysia Williams, and a whistle there. Williams guilty of a travel violation. So the basketball back over to Central State now.
Sometimes the reserves get out and try to do it a little bit too much. They're getting what they want, running the offense, just a little bit out of sync. Another turnover.
Malaysia turned that one over. Miller, right side to the glass, challenging Alyssa Green-White on the inside, and Alyssa commits the foul.
I like the trust that the coaches are showing with this entire second unit, though, Charles, to your point. Some coaches would not turn over a ball game, even with a 20-point lead, with your entire bench.
That's exactly what we've seen from Coach Wester. And perhaps recognizing, as you referenced, that the game mathematically may be out of lid for Central State to come back, but knowing that these players, as the season progresses, you're going to need these players, so they definitely need some playing time. Williams with a rebound for Tuskegee. And Imani Ward Johnson handles out front.
If the reserves have to remember one thing, cut dribbling, move the ball through the air.
James squaring for position down low. Trying to get it to it on the move. Imani all the way through to the glass. Missed on the shot, the whistle inside. Call that foul on Nadir for Central State. And that's her second. And Imani Johnson to the line to shoot now for Tuskegee. Sophomore from Hercules, California.
Hercules. You can't leave me that wide open.
I know. Such a cultural icon you are. There's nothing like that with a slide by you. That's a layup.
That's
right?
a layup.
Yeah.
And the foul.
And I know exactly what you're talking about. That's the scary part. Imani with the free throw. Got them both from the line. 2 minutes left here. So Tuskegee on its way for his 3rd consecutive win in the 2025 portion of the season. Shot inside the paint by Phillips. She missed on the layup. Rebound, Alyssa Green-White had it. It was tied up. Arrow on the jump ball call will give it to Tuskegee.
The reserves for Tuskegee showing as much toughness, tenacity, and energy as the starters who set the tone in this ball game. It's nice to see that consistent effort between both units.
Everybody campaigning for minutes as the season progresses. Probably saw it firsthand when Jasmine went down with that concussion, and a couple of other players had to step up in the lineup to see that your number could be called any time during the course of the year. Brianna tried to bounce it inside to Dara, and a foul called on the bounce pass inside to John Jay.
So just to reset, Charles, Tuskegee went to its bench with about 3 and some change remaining, up by 18. And as you look at the scoreboard with 1:30, they're up by 20, so their bench has done them proud.
Williams trying a 3-point shot, missed there. Glaze trying to take it away. Brianna gets chase, and it'll belong to the Marauders of Central State. A minute 21 remains. And you survey this Tuskegee roster with so many advanced players in terms of grades, in terms of their status, grad students and a lot of seniors. A lot of these players playing for future positions as well. Take away there. Here comes Williams. Glazier pushes across the floor. Brianna, jumper in the corner. Brianna Glaze. That's the game you got to remember. Second field goal by Brianna. Less than a minute remaining. Largest lead of the ball game now, 22. And the rebound cleared Malaysia for Tuskegee. Back the other way. And you're right, Mark. You couldn't call it any better than what we've seen. The reserves coming in and actually have increased the deficit. Amani now in the corner. Jumper again, Blaze. This time she can't find the range. Rebound, run down in the corner by Rolock. 24 seconds left. Nice floater inside the paint by Gibson.
If there's any personality trait that the first and second units for Tuskegee have shared, Charles, they have both simply outworked Central State.
Nicely put. Couldn't agree more. 10 seconds left. Monty will handle it out front. Central State likely not to foul here. And the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee will win it 69-49 over the Marauders of Central State in a ball game against the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. Took control of it early and maintained control throughout the ball game.
Very simple for Tuskegee. We've talked about it before. Let's say it one more time. It was defense that set up the Tuskegee offense. Once they made their imprint on this ball game, the Tuskegee offense took over. They were able to get open looks. They were able to hit a few threes, and they took care of the basketball.
Hey, are you fixing the power?
Yep, I'm gonna get the lights back on.
Yeah, my power went out and I have to start level 14 all over again in our game. Yeah, why didn't mine go out?
Well, we have this technology that can stop an outage in its tracks.
Why?
So less people will be affected during the outage.
Why?
So you can make the level 15.
Come on, Brian. Let's go to your house and keep playing.
Good luck, guys.
Broadcast coverage of Tuskegee Athletics on the Golden Tiger Sports Network is brought to you by Alabama Department of Public Health. Healthy people, healthy communities, healthy Alabama. Booster Digital Displays, dedicated to providing high-quality, affordable LED displays with exceptional service. TNT Fireworks, celebrating more than 100 years of America's #1 best-selling brand Montgomery. Elevate your game to fabulous. The Home Depot. More saving, more doing. Coca-Cola. Real magic. Zuby's Taco Kitchen. Yellowwood. And by Vibes Restaurant. We're all about good vibes.
Back live here at courtside, inside Chappie James. Tuskegee wins it 69-49 over the Marauders of Central State. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from this basketball game. Lonnie Cantain towed the center of it all. And some of them worked through the ball game. Lonnie this time on the penetration right side and open space. Got a lay in. This time inside the paint, same result. Able to just slide past that defense and find their way to the cylinder to get the lay-in for Tuskegee. And Toe with a good ball game overall for Tuskegee as the Golden Tigers win it. Getting set for action here inside Chappie James Arena. On the Golden Tigers Sports Network. We will get set for men's action. We'll take a timeout here on GTSN. Take a look at some of the game stats from the women's contest.
Important factor for Tuskegee. They only turned it over 14 times. Forced Central State into 19 turnovers. I'm a little bit surprised with the fast break points that Central State actually had an edge. Shooting, Tuskegee had a bit of an advantage, but I think that the idea that their defense was so dominant early set the tone for this game. They jumped out to a lead and never looked back.
Now that line 20 is 21. We'll finish with a 20. Central State had a scoring in this basketball game by the Chappie. It came off the bench to the other score for Tuskegee. They had two players in double figures led by Canton.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Charles. I don't think Central State ever had a lead in that ball game. Tuskegee jumped out front, and that was that.
No, I think you're right. They never did have a lead at all. Never got a lead in the contest. Can we roll up right here? Inside Chappie James. You can count on her. She can do this. She can score. Hit on that three-point from outside.
Everybody loves offense, but it was defense that won that ball game.
You called it.
It was the beauty that killed the beast.
That's right. Bobby with another one from out front. So just some of the highlights of the ball game with the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee winning it 69-49 over the Marauders of Central State. Collectively, just an outstanding effort.
I was really encouraged to see the Tuskegee women's bench come on and extend the lead. To your point, Tuskegee has the ability, if they have the ability to go 9 deep, that should be an advantage going deeper in the season.
They go deep this afternoon and they win it over the Marauders of Central State. We'll take a timeout here. More basketball ahead on GTSN. Stay with us.